The commotion at the Otari fishery was understandable. For a third time, the hole in the wall of Tammany's basement was pushed through again by an intruder, this time by a braggadocious kobold claiming to be a hero come up from the warrens below and from the stone-scale tribe that occupies them. Not once the local gift kobold in the cloaca. The heroes welcomed this stranger and supposed self-proclaimed hero into their ranks and filled him in on their quest. Nirkaj, or Nick Cage, as he called himself, was boastful and confident, but quickly showed the others he had the chops to back it up when they discovered more children of Belcora in the depths below, and the heroes found quick coordination in their tactics, despite being crocodilus.
Hello, creatures and denizens of the uncharted world. This is Freeman from Uncharted North, and I am plugging your ear holes now with a little bit of a favor to ask. We really could use some help on the word-of-mouth end of our project. We want you to go out and tell a friend about one of our shows, or possibly the potential of future shows that might be in their interests. Word of mouth is incredibly important for a small network like ours, and each and every one of you can help another listener find us by mentioning us to, a friend, a game master, a dungeon master that you know, someone in the street. Pick a rando wearing a cool hat or a gnarly shirt or some wicked boots. Just think about what Scott might wear and pinpoint that person, and then you pretty much bet they're going to be into this. That would go such a long way for us. And we assume that some of you are already doing this because you're still listening, and that's really great. So we'd also like to remind those who are doing this and helping us out, but have not done this yet, that we have a free public Discord where most of our dedicated fans hang out with the crew and chat on a daily basis. You know, we chat about it all. We have laughs. We support each other with mental health. We just talk about gaming and different games we want to play, and movies and music and whatever. We talk about all of it. You can hit that up easily through our website, unchartednorth.ca, or unchartednorth.com/discord will send you straight to an invite link. And if you really like and have the ability to help us move forward in creating more shows and receiving cool rewards in return, we've been working really hard on our Patreon structure. You can go to patreon.com/unchartednorth and find what we have on offer for various tiers to become more involved, a couple little bits of paraphernalia and fun things, and goals towards the future of what other shows we want to produce, how many more we would like to produce, and so on. But that's it. We really appreciate you listening. We hope that you've enjoyed most of the episodes so far. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. We hope you stick around for more episodes as we push forward and do more and more fun things. I don't want to take up any more of your time, so that's it from me. Thank you very much. Love, Freeman, aka The Barn.
I can't remember who it was in our Discord a few weeks ago when I posted something nostalgic or something from my childhood. But they used a phrase akin to sense memory unlocked. We were talking about something and just this visceral memory of one of their senses came back to them. And I was doing a little bit of research a couple of weeks ago I mean, I'm going to call it research. I was looking at toys on eBay.
Yeah.
And I found a toy from my childhood that I had totally forgotten about, and my brain stuttered, like shook, because it was trying to reconcile what I thought had been a false memory with what is an actual memory.
Ooh.
And it's these little toys called projectors by a company called Toy Biz. They are like these Marvel toys that had this little thing in their chest, and you put in little slide discs, and they projected a still image onto the wall. I just sent a link into the chat.
Oh,
it just rocked.
I remember that.
Yeah, that
crap.
feeling. Exactly that feeling. Yeah, just like memory unlocked.
I'm sure I had that Cyclops one, or someone did in my childhood.
I had a Bishop one for sure, and a Hobgoblin one, I think. And I almost bought the Hobgoblin one again a couple of nights ago.
Yeah. I remember there was a toy that shot little projectile discs out of it, and that's what I thought you were talking about at first. I have never seen this before.
No,
in my
like an
life.
actual projector.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Weird.
So I was just wondering if there's any memories like that you guys have had brought up recently, or something that just jostled you to your core because you truly believed it was a false memory.
You know what? I think I had the Spider-Man one.
So this is the one for Freeman. Is exactly this.
I think you've just triggered the same thing that you had for me. This is hurting my brain.
I was pretty sure the movie Mouse Hunt with like Nathan Lane and Lee Evans, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a fever dream until I heard people talking about it on a podcast recently. I watched it again, and it's really fucking weird, so I can see why it would come off as a fever dream.
It kind of holds
yeah.
up, though. It's a really fun film.
Yeah, I did have it on VHS like as a kid, and then it got lost somewhere along the way. So I watched it like a bunch as like a 9 or 10-year-old, and then completely forgot about it. And then it came up on the podcast, and I was just like had this moment of like, wait, what? I thought I was just like dreaming about that weird lecherous painting that would get like more horny as things were happening in the office. And
Is this like a Mandela effect? Is that what this is?
It seems like akin to it, almost like maybe
not
related.
as mass though. Yeah,
yeah, not like the Berenstain Bears kind of thing,
Okay.
or the Sinbad genie film.
Kazam.
I really can't. There's nothing that like pops up into my head like that. Or if it does, I immediately shove it away because it's highly traumatic and it's less fun. So, but no, I don't. I don't. Man, I feel left out.
I mean, I'm stuck on this projector toy thing now. I can't think of any other possibilities. It's just like my brain is. I'm just going back to our previous toy talk, which wasn't all that long ago when we were talking about Transformers and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So another one is there was I was under the impression for a long time that there was a theater in the mall in our hometown. And when I say mall, I'm being very generous. It was, in fact, a mall, but the theater had one screen. Like it was that kind of thing. And I remember viscerally my dad taking me to see Jurassic Park there. But for years and years after, whenever I would bring it up, like, oh yeah, there used to be a famous players in that mall. People were like, no, that was never real. And for about 20 years, I was like, okay, I just confused this in my mind with a different famous players in a different mall because that's just what Ontario is movie theaters and malls. And then about 10 years ago, one of my best friends was like, oh yeah, I remember that theater. I thought I dreamed it up. And I was like, the fuck just happened?
Like, I thought I dreamed it up.
Yeah, we really reconnected on it. So that was another one of those
great.
things that just shook me to my core because I had convinced myself that this real memory was actually a false memory.
Yeah, wow. I'm sure I have something. I just can't think of anything right now, but I'm sure it's things like this have cropped up in me a number of times.
I want to bring it back to the toy conversation just because we're talking about toys. And there's a type of toy that I had that no one else had. And for years, I couldn't figure out what it was or what it was called. And they're called Sky Masters. And you would kind of set up these strings and they would zip around from string to string. And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, I until our last conversation, I had completely forgot about them, and then it just kind of sparked, and I looked it up after the episode. So that's mine.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
90s, baby.
I have one that's kind of close, I guess, but I feel like it's not. SWAT cats.
What?
Wait, have I seen a thing that y'all haven't?
SWAT cats?
No, I've never seen this before. I know Samurai Pizza Cats, but this looks awesome.
Oh yeah, no, it's.
Yeah, I've
Holy
definitely
shit.
never seen this. No.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
yeah, you're gonna like it, James.
Oh, it's Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah,
That's weird. I immediately thought this was going to be like Nickelodeon or
Weird,
Deke
yeah.
or Sunbow. Yeah, this is great.
Speaking of Samurai Pizza Cats, though,
Hey, there's a Super Nintendo game for SWAT cats.
There was a Super Nintendo game for everything.
There
Just
was.
the fucking Cheetah had a Super Nintendo game.
I think Mountain Dew had a Super Nintendo game.
was Samurai Pizza Cats a Teletoon show? Was it on Teletoon?
It was on Teletoon. It would be on in like the middle of the night or early morning.
I think Samurai Pizza Cats is from like the late 80s, early 90s, so it would have predated Teletoon by probably
Okay.
pretty close to a decade. But that doesn't mean it didn't air on Teletoon.
I remember whatever channel I did watch it on as a kid. Me and my best friend Adam at the time, when it came off the air, we were really upset, and we actually hand wrote a letter, and his mom apparently sent it to the network for us because we wanted it back. We were like urging them to bring it back, thinking the fans would rally. It never came back.
That's sweet.
though.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Well, I'm surprised your buddy didn't find that letter in his mom's drawer in middle school and then scream he's living a lie.
Here's your license. Here's your letter to the Samurai Pizza Cats producers.
Meanwhile, at the Samurai Pizza Cats office, they're like, if we'd only have one more letter, we would have saved the
Just
show.
one more. We had to meet the quota.
But the network says there's no interest.
New Patreon tier. We buy the rights to Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh, I'm surprised that hasn't been done already.
Oh, jeez.
What about you, Duncan? Any memories unlocked lately?
Yeah, I had the mouse hunt, remember?
yeah.
Oh yeah, I already forgot about that movie again.
Is that forgettable?
I gotta say, Lee Evans is really entertaining in it. He's such a great physical comedian. Like, he's
Yeah, he
so
was
fun.
great.
Yeah.
And he just got out of the game super early. But while he was doing it, he was one of the best.
Yeah. He was up there.
Oh yeah, I remember this guy. Okay, well, speaking of memories unlocked, we've got two characters who seem to just kind of be coming back to themselves between Lump and Raphael. Hopefully we can unlock a few more memories of theirs this episode.
Ooh.
Was that a segue?
I like one. I don't know. We don't do it a whole lot, so it might not be.
James has been known to think about his segues beforehand.
Yeah.
To seg.
I don't recognize them anymore, so I can't tell if it's a good one or not.
Yeah, we'll let the listener decide.
But I think it definitely counts as one.
All right, well, that's a win.
As much as we didn't really all have a really parallel answer to what you had to this intro banter and this question, I'm willing to bet that once this episode releases, we're going to hear a bunch in the Discord.
That's half of the reason I do these now
Yeah,
is
it's
to
gonna be
hear
great.
the people
I
chatting.
can't wait to hear. Yeah, I'm sure by then I'll have thought of something.
Hey, if you're not in the Discord, listeners, unchartednorth.com/Discord. Check it out. It's a lot of fun.
I'll try to remember on July 14th to just drop a random link to a Toy Biz projector to just see what happens.
Yeah.
Just to see what happens.
No context, just the image.
And then we'll all march on the Samurai Pizza Cats offices and take back what's ours.
The one giant office that's still there, just biding its time, waiting for that one letter.
I'm glad we completely ruined the segue, as is tradition.
I told you I'd do it.
As is tradition.
As is tradition.
We still get it, baby.
All right, yeah. So you all have just fought some more of these children of Belcora, these sort of child-sized zombies. This little encounter in this like tiny little room, in particular, One of them was a lot beefier than the previous encounter.
Mm-hmm.
So it put up a bit more of a fight, but you guys still
Did it, though?
tore the shit out of it.
Did it?
Oh well, I mean, more of a fight than the others is the best I can give it, because you guys ripped this combat apart. At least I think I got one good punch in, maybe two. There's rough and Nick Cage are both looking a little bit down in health, but otherwise, hot damn. The only thing you really know about this room so far is that when you were in here, they were playing some sort of game, this game board, and they knocked it over and pieces went flying. And the room is kind of just in disarray and decomposed furniture, and now these 3 dead zombies. What do you want to do?
Does anybody have society? I'm really curious to find out how they were playing chess with dice.
I do have society.
Can we find out what this game is?
I can go ahead and give a blind GM roll and see what happens.
I'm in on that too.
Yeah, it appears to both of you that this actually might be what's supposed to be a gambling game that was invented by Deep Gnomes called the Dark Chase. But there are several missing pieces from the board, although it does have, it requires 6 4-sided die, which it does have. But the incompleteness holds a peculiar attraction, or held a peculiar attraction to these creatures, you would guess, because they were just sitting there playing it, probably for who knows how long, sitting here idle. Yeah, it's just an incomplete, sort of unique game.
We did roll some checks on these creatures, I believe, but
You've not identified them at all yet. You've rolled checks, but you've not succeeded.
I understand that we want to. If I remember correctly, we were trying to move so that heroism is still live, and we were trying to get through a couple rooms here quickly. So I don't want to belabor this too much, but I do want to know what to roll, because I'd like to roll again. Because now Tulok is thinking like these things aren't as mindless as he once thought after seeing the game.
Glash was telling me about this game. It's a gambling game of some sorts, but it doesn't have everything you need to play. It might still have some value, but yeah, whatever they were playing, there was no win condition.
Yeah, you think that the game board itself might be worth quite a bit, even without the pieces, because when you have a closer look, it looks like it's inlaid with a few semi-precious stones. You would guess that the game board itself is actually worth around 80 gold.
God damn.
Ooh.
It's nice as fuck.
Yeah, we'll force that down Duffy's gullet.
I didn't realize we had time to play games.
Eat the board, Duffy.
Can you tell me the rules? Oh my.
So, how long did that healing that you just did take?
It took 12 seconds.
Okay. Shall we continue? Before the heroism is over.
Yeah.
Heroism should have 8 minutes left. Because,
Something
just
like that,
assuming,
yeah.
a minute or so to pick up the chess pieces, a minute or so to,
9 minutes according to mine. If you hover over it, it says how long's left.
Oh, okay, cool.
Did Scott, did you want to try and roll a check on, say, even this newer, bulkier child of Belcora
Yes.
while you're at it? So it could be a religion.
God bless. Oof. Not me. It was a 14.
Nope, not a clue. In fact, you might think that they are indeed mindless, and the game board was just they weren't probably actually playing a game at all. It was missing pieces. So
This is strange. I know nothing of these creatures. Potentially they were just moving it because it's pretty.
this was their effective fidget spinner for the moment. Just too idle.
So, I do see a door to the south. A deity is holding me in place. I can't seem to move. Oh, there it is.
Unpause the
Much
game.
better.
is good.
As much as I like the cute affectations, it might be easier just to bring it back to pause so you remember to unpause it.
Nah, I don't think it made a difference. I think Freeman just likes looking at the
It's
rotating
literally in the
art.
center of my screen, spinning, and like causes me to move the map around so I can see things better, and I still don't realize it's there.
Jesus Christ.
It's just, yeah. We'll just call it one of my affectations.
I see
You're incorrigible.
I see a door right here, and then it looks like the hallway goes eastward, further south.
Yeah, stepping through the door, you know, the 5-foot hallway. Yeah, there's a door almost not across the hall, but just slightly south. And yeah, it stretches a little farther south and banks to the east, as you said. Get yourselves in a little marching order there, if you like. And
Ruff, would you like to come stay next to me, please?
In front or behind you?
Like just to the south. So when I kick in the door, you only have to move 5 feet instead of 10.
Okay, I'm taking the detect magic exploration activity.
Lump will
Avoiding
take
notice.
the defend.
And scouting.
God, we're good.
Oh, yeah.
Do I detect magics?
you do detect magic, yes. Were I to give you an old school magic school, I would give you 2, I think. I would give you, one of them would be evocation, and one of them, I think, abjuration.
I sense evocation and abjuration behind
And
the door.
How specific is your detect magic? Do you know what square it's in?
I just know the rank of the most powerful spell effects is determined by the GM.
Okay, rank would be, I guess, rank 3.
You're not heightened to 4th level?
No,
Ah.
it's not a spell that I took. We went over this a few episodes ago. It's a feat that I took.
Right.
Yeah,
I remember now.
there is dueling magics behind the door, evocation and abjuration.
Be ready then.
Lump will nod and shield up, use their hand to turn the knob and open the door.
You grab the knob, give it a turn, give the door a shove, and it doesn't open. It is quite locked. But more importantly, as you do this, you see this big flashing glyph across the door. Just this big spark of just like a bright light, and then vanishes, and then fire. Everyone roll me a reflex save.
Oh boy.
Yucky.
What do you got?
33.
I did the opposite of that, and I rolled a 1 for a 13. So I'm going to go ahead and spend a hero point and re-roll that real quick.
Okay.
Cool, I rolled another 1.
And another one.
Amazing. Okay.
It is what it is.
All right. So we got a 33 and a 13. What else we got?
29 from Nick.
Ooh, nice. 6 on the die for a 20.
Tulok's not even in the hallway.
Yeah, but if it's a cone, it's going to hit me.
It's not a cone, but it is fireball, which is a 20-foot burst where it just blows out and through the all through the corridor and out the back door where Tulok is.
I'd make the case for some cover there for Tulok.
Does that give I guess it might give a bonus to the old reflex save, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a +1. I don't think it's going to make
21, bitch.
Tulok 21. Yeah, it's not gonna make a difference. But yeah, I'm here
I
for
tried.
it. I'm definitely here for it. Yeah. Okay. So explode, fireball. We're gonna go with failure is 29 for Tulok, 29 damage. Half of that.
Sorry, I have resistance 5 to fire
You do from
Nice.
what?
from my cloak.
Oh, nice.
Never used
oh,
it
the
before.
the robe. Is it the
Yes.
robe that you
Yeah.
got?
The robe.
Okay. All right. 58 damage for lump, which is great.
Oof.
I just put the 29 on you there, Tulok, but maybe your resistance didn't calculate. I'm not sure why.
It's okay, I can math.
Okay.
60.
A little back.
That's a number that you use in math.
And then the old half to Duncan and James there of 29 14.
Wait. How did Tulok take 29 at a fail and we took 29 at half?
You succeeded.
No. You take half of 29. You succeeded.
Oh, okay.
14.
I didn't crit succeed.
You did not. No.
False.
Yeah.
Lump is singed.
Boom. Yeah. So like just fireball blows up in Lump's face, spreads it through the hallway, hits everyone else, and to varying successes. And yeah, door is locked.
Interesting that wasn't the highest magic around.
It may have been, but mine doesn't pinpoint.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So next time, if Ruff does point that out, you should definitely switch to detect magic, Tulok.
Or just use it as a cantrip.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like just as your exploration
As your
activity.
exploration
like, let me
your
double check on this real
activity,
quick.
yeah.
Lump is gonna go ahead and burn a heal on themselves, and is back to full. Fuck you, Freeman.
Yeah.
Suck it, Barn. Right.
Perhaps I can take a look at that lock.
How about we? No, okay, we can, or we can look at what's down the rest of the hallway, because if there's anything on the other side of the door, they're now going to be ready for us.
True.
Quick question. Does anyone remember what we ended the previous episode on?
No.
As you were.
Can I recognize that spell, please?
It was fireball. Also, it was a glyph of warding.
Yeah, I know it was a glyph of war.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that spell.
So it was
much.
abjuration glyph, evocation fireball.
Yeah. Would Ruff know if it's gone now? Is it a one and done? I mean, glyph of warding is, I think it's on his spell list.
Yeah, glyph of warding is on the arcane list, and yeah, it is a. It's basically it takes some time to place one, but they have unlimited duration. But yeah, once they're expended, they're gone. There's no reset on them.
That was a glyph of warding, containing the spell Fireball, as I'm sure you can all tell. And he brushes a little bit of ash off one of Lump's pauldrons.
Lump's face is more melted than usual.
Yeah, he can't reach Lump's face.
Then Lump just slaps himself in the chest with a healing spell, and their flesh just and just like goes back into what it normally looks like.
As far as I know, it should only go off the one time. So now we just theoretically have to deal with either the mundane locks or some sort of arcane locking spell.
I see.
Nick would like to step up and take a look at the lock and pick it if possible.
Okay.
Ah, my specialty. Picking locks. It's among one of my many specialties.
Ah. What are your other
Somehow
specialties?
already half forgot you have a new character.
Wow.
I just wasn't ready for the personality.
Yeah. I'm just dripping personality over here.
Sage, I know you are also skilled in the art of breaking and entering. Perhaps you could give our new friend, Nick Cage, the assistance.
Aye, fellow
I will.
purveyor of the arts.
True. The arts of the 5-finger discount.
Sculpting, painting, B&E, the classics.
Let's get to committing some art.
28 to aid.
26 on the...
That is a fail. And as you start trying to work your way through this lock, you realize this is a pretty solid lock. This is a really good one, actually, better than usual, and it's gonna be not only higher than 26 to get it, but it's gonna take you 5 successful attempts. It's got 5 proper tumblers in it.
We should look for the key.
Do we have any keys?
Let's continue moving forward.
Let's-
It may
yes.
be in the room behind us, but if we are to use these spells, we should move forward now.
One of my other specialties is finding keys.
Ah. You have a lot of specialties.
Nick Cage, perhaps while we attempt the next door, you could check the corpses of the children of Belcora.
Tulok steps back into the room.
And sure enough, just as I had said at the end of last episode, when the game board fell over, there was also a key on the ground.
Son of a bitch. Tulok grabs it and hurries back into the hall and says,
But you all forgot.
Oh,
Throws it at the door. Goes into the lock.
Apologies for the listeners screaming at us for the entirety of the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, for them it was 7 days ago. For us it was like 19.
Yeah.
Tulok tosses the key to Lump.
oh, thank you. Excuse me, lockpicker specialty and looking for key specialty person. I forgot your name. What was it?
It's Nick Cage.
Nick Cage. Okay, wonderful.
Is Lump jealous of the new party member?
I don't know. Stay tuned.
He's a pretty cool dude.
Feeling a bit over
Next episode, introducing Lump Cage.
Face Off versus with Nick Cage.
Yeah. Flesh warping.
Oh, Jesus.
I want to take your face off.
Like just rip your head off and turn it back upside down and put it back on.
So the mouths are in the right spot. I get it.
Lump will go ahead, use the key.
We should still probably check for traps. I'm just going to throw that out there. They've already locked it and thrown a glyph of warding on it. We don't know what else they're trying to protect here.
Nah, one trap. Only one ever.
With a 20, Lump will assume it is untrapped and click open the door.
Sure enough, you slide the old key in, give it a turn, unlock the door. It unlocks just fine. You open the door. It opens just fine. And you are presented with a small chamber that is dusty and dry. On the west-hand side, there was a stone slab about 3 feet high, and atop it lies a small body covered in funeral wrappings.
Can I recall knowledge for religion? Do like a religion check to see if I recognize the burial rites?
Sure. It just seems like a pretty classic mummification. I guess maybe you've seen a bit of these sort of wrappings hanging off the limbs of some of these children of Belcora, but otherwise, yeah, not sure.
Tulok nudges Nick and says, "Is thorough search one of your specialties?"
Is it? Let me think for just a second.
It's not.
Oh, I'm sorry, but among my long list of specialties, it is not.
Okay, just wondering because it was an integral part of one of our previous companions.
No, I search like a normal person.
Lump is going to go ahead and just reach their hand out, and kind of greenish energy comes off of it as they cast Vitality Lash at the wrapped body.
What's the range on that?
30 feet.
Damn. Okay. Vitality Lash. Roll me an attack roll?
You roll me a fortitude save.
Oh, I roll you a fortitude save. Okay. Let's see how it is. I see what you're doing here. How's a 25 treat you?
That is a success. Barely.
What happens?
You're going to take some damage.
Okay.
So it's going to be 20 points of damage.
On a success, I take half that or no?
You're going to take half of that, yeah.
Take half that. So take 10.
So 10. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, you Vitality Lash out at this body, and it begins to stir. And we're going to roll for initiative.
Oh my god.
Let's get some initiative in there. You Vitality Lash out, and the wrappings start to fall off this body, this small body, and you hear this like dusty cracking kind of sound as it begins to stir and move, and this kind of dry breath out. What do you got? What do y'all got?
As part of rolling initiative for Lump because of Undead Slayer, I do get to make a religion check to attempt to identify the creature.
Okay, sweet.
Hell yeah.
Go for it.
I forgot that that's part of a thing for me for initiative.
Here's what I'll give you is that you roll high enough to understand the basic Children of Belcora, but not this one because it is yet another one of the beefier ones. So I'll give you the original child because they are basically a variant on what's called a bog mummy, where the mummification practice involves like a bog and mud and sort of like a sort of biome like that, where they kind of sink into all this dead vegetation and water and stuff.
Son of a Pete.
It is actually peat moss that preserves the bodies. This is a real phenomenon that happens.
So it's a Scotch mummy.
I'm sure there's some mummy in some scotch somewhere. Yeah.
Quick, roll me a spirit lore.
Hey, you son of a...
You know what? You can have a hero point. That tickled my funny bone. It's a Scotch mummy. So yeah, you know they're undead. You've seen what they can do. Basically, they usually are like kind of in the mud, rise up if you walk over them. They have that breath of the bog that fills your throat and your lungs with water. They do have tremor sense, imprecise, so it's hard to sneak up on them. And they tend to just punch. They have bog rot as well as a disease with their punch. This creature, though, you've already faced one down, and you know it tried to cast spells, so you don't know what else it has, though. So you haven't rolled high enough for this particular variant. But yeah, let's get combat started.
I rolled a 27 on Inish.
27, okay. Yeah, Dunk.
29.
Ooh, pretty good.
26.
Rough.
22.
All right, we will begin the encounter with Nick Gage.
Is the creature standing, or are they laying on the ground, or what's going on?
They're still laying there, just starting to like move, and you can hear this kind of creaking sounds of their bones and joints, and as they are responding to the situation.
Oh, this is a really small room. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 3x2 squares.
Well, Nick is gonna come on into the corner, so take a step into the room and north, and then...
Okay, sorry, as soon as you step into the room,
Oh boy.
another glyph goes off. It flashes on the floor of the room, and this, like, a whole bunch of, like, flora and vines start sprouting from all over the stone floor and filling the room and spilling out into the hallway a bit, even filling up, like, right next to this creature on the stone slab. It's all entangling, and basically all the surfaces become difficult terrain. At the start of your turn in this terrain, which you didn't start in, you'll have to roll a save, but for now it's difficult terrain for you.
Okay, so remember when I said there's only ever one trap?
You lied.
I have been misinformed by my own selfish ego. Okay, so he's gonna take that step north and poke this thing with a stick, I think.
I don't think you can step in difficult terrain.
Well, he's gonna continue the stride, or does
Yeah,
that
you
stop
can just
him
continue
when
the
he-
stride. It's fine. Yeah, it just boom. As soon as you walk in, just all around you, and you're just like, oh, it's slowing down, but you're not going very far. So
As he gets wrapped by leaves, he just stops in the corner and... Oh, a nat 20 by sticking it with the spear.
Fuck yeah. Let's see what this little bastard can do.
That's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Not too hot, but 24 piercing.
okay,
And with my crit specialization, clumsy 1 until the start of
Damn.
your next turn.
hot.
Oh, and the rooting has you immobilized.
God damn
Yes.
it!
Yeah.
No big deal.
No biggie.
You bastard. So can't move. Can't make any move actions at all, right? So I can't even stand up. I'm immobilized for how long? Just one round? Okay.
Yeah. Third action will be... I'm at -5, I guess. 35 to hit.
Oh my god.
Fighter's
buddy?
gonna fight.
Hold on. I gotta put myself prone because I forgot to do it earlier. That is a meat debris for a crit. God damn it.
Hey,
God damn.
20 more of those piercing.
Doves
Shit.
fly out from behind Nick
Okay.
Gage.
Just in there, just step.
Doing what he does best. One of his many specializations.
Wicked start. 2 luck. You're in the back. What do you get? You just see a bunch of like vines start growing out of the door and onto Lump's feet, basically, all of a sudden.
Do you think I could reach around the corner and touch Lump?
What are you trying to cast?
Oh, never mind. I don't need to. I'm just going to cast haste.
Okay.
And then we'll attempt to roll another check on these creatures. Though I can't see what this is. What do you see?
It looks like the one that we fought earlier that was a little harder to kill than the other ones.
But only by a small margin.
But only by a small margin.
That was religion, correct?
I'm trying to
it's
not talk shit,
yeah.
sir. I'm sure, or ma'am, or I. You know what? You kind undead person.
23.
You're doing great.
You have no idea.
Okay, that's my turn.
It's a beefier version. Okay, Lump.
Lump will stride 10 feet into the room and add insult to injury by grabbing this creature.
Okay, waltz in, insult to injury, give him the old grab.
Cannot roll. That is a 23 to grab.
23 versus my current reflex.
Fortitude.
Fortitude, sorry. No dice, I'm afraid.
You know what? I'll try again. I can probably roll higher than that. They lied. Hey, there we go. That's a 31 to grab.
31. Yes, that'll do. Yes. Sorry.
No problem.
Shoot on one, eh?
Brain compute.
All right, and then let's see. Haste. Which one? I forget. Does haste let me strike or is it attack?
Strike.
Okay. And last action, we'll raise the shield again
Okay.
because I strode.
Because you strode. All right. Rough.
Ruff will first action sheath his sword, second action draw his crossbow, and third action stride up to the door, but not.
Okay.
I was under the impression we were going to get a swap action with Pathfinder 2e Player Core 1, but it doesn't appear to have been released yet. So
There was some sort of swap action.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like an action, but it's like sort of like built into the rules somewhere, but I can't remember where it's at.
I couldn't find it in Foundry, and it's not on Archives of Nethys, so...
It says here, you can use an interact action, draw, put away, or swap an item. You must be holding item and put it away or wearing it to draw it. Swapping allows you to put away one item and draw another in the same action, such as putting away a dagger and drawing a mace.
Okay, so he will use one action to store the sword and draw the crossbow, because it's just hanging from his back, and his third action will be to reload.
Okay.
There you go, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
Use that remaster.
Wicked. Okay, that's you. That brings us to the immobilized, grabbed, prone dude who, as Lump gets up to this creature, grabs a hold of it, and the wrappings start falling off as it's like sort of starting to flail a little bit and try to move. You see that its face is like gem encrusted. Like there are gems in where its eyes should be. There seems to be like holes in its head where it's like created this sort of fake semi-precious stone crown embedded into its skull. And it's like, it just starts like at you, and you can see there are gems in where its teeth should be.
Diamond in their grill.
Basically, just like,
You will not interrupt my ritual.
just like writhing
Wait.
in your grasp.
I have a theory, but I'll wait. Go on.
Okay. And it is going to cast a spell. Which one do I want to do? Yeah, it's going to cast a spell on itself, which has the manipulate trait, which I think is going to trigger Duncan's reactive strike. Although with soft covers, it's going to have a bonus to its AC right now. It needs it to. So go ahead and roll that.
Sure. 29. 28 with cover.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
17 piercing.
Okay, and it casts a spell on itself.
Freeman, can you give me a DC? Can you give me a flat check?
A flat check?
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh god. 4.
Nope, no cast.
Why?
You're grabbed.
No. Why? Oh really?
Yeah,
Shit.
if you attempt to manipulate action while grabbed, you must succeed at a DC 5 flat check or it's lost.
No. Well, this fight's over. It's ridiculous.
I'm really glad we came in this room.
And it will attempt an escape real quick. 21 versus your DC if it can.
No. No.
No, I rolled a natural 2. Okay. Top of round 2. The cage, what do you get?
Can I use my reaction to recognize the spell it was trying to cast?
I think so. It's let me see here. You do you have to roll a recall knowledge for this, or
If it's 6th rank or lower, I just get it.
okay, if it's on your spell list?
If it's on my spell list, everything else I have to.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it was trying to cast unfettered movement, which is the
Okay.
the new freedom of movement. Yeah, I was trying to give itself some breathing room here. What do you got in your gage?
Okay, probably gonna take a little step to the south to not be poking through lump here, and then take an advantageous assault to this grabbed.
Did you advantageous
Oh.
assault on the other ones while it was prone?
I can't remember. That was a long time ago. We can't live in the past.
You do have to roll me a reflex save at the beginning of your turn here with all the shit in the room.
Poop-filled room.
Reflex?
Nat 1. That's not great.
Ooh, yeah, it's not great. You basically get a minus 10 foot circumstance penalty to your speeds, but on a critical failure, you are immobilized for a round, so you don't get to move.
Okay, well, I'll poke through lump. That's fine.
Reminder that advantageous assault is a flourish, so it needs to be used as a second attack.
Second attack. Right. Okay. So, I guess being immobilized, there's not much to do but go a pokey, poke.
Okay,
First attack, 23 to hit.
that's a miss.
Second at a map 21. That's not gonna work.
At a map 21. Nope, not
Map
gonna hit.
minus 5 at
Yeah.
21.
There's a comma.
Sorry. Yeah. I just said it real quick. Not much I can do for a third action here. That will be good.
You can try and escape the vines if you want, but that's
Oh,
also,
yeah.
At a
that's
map
also an
minus
attack
10,
action,
just
so it's
swing
not minus
again.
10, yeah, so
Yeah, just poking. 26.
Oh,
that hits.
god damn. Must have been a hell of a roll.
Damn, you
Prone and
called it.
grabbed.
13 piercing.
Okay, 13 piercing. I think at this point I'm officially no longer immobilized from your weapon. Okay, and that's going to be your turn. Tulok.
I will delay, as I cannot see this creature.
Okay, Lump.
All right, lump.
Roll me a reflex save.
Oh, sure, absolutely. An 18.
They say without a care in the world.
I don't care. I'm already exactly where I need to be.
This scene is magical. Lump is just
Yeah.
holding this creature in its coffin, and Nick Cage is just stabbing it from like between Lump's legs. Like, it's amazing.
Like stabbing
You rolled an
monkeys in a
18,
coffin.
which is in fact your critical failure. You are
Cool.
immobilized,
Oh, no.
but I know you don't care.
I do not care. I'm going to maintain the grapple. 31.
Maintain the grapple. Yep, that maintains it.
All right, and then I'm just going to go ahead and bring my shield into its face. That is a 3 for a 14.
Nope, that's a critical miss.
All right, and should have done this a second ago, but I'll do it now. I'm going to go ahead and intimidating glare this thing in its coffin. That is 2 on the die for a 17.
No.
No, I didn't think so. And last action, we'll raise a shield.
Okay, rough.
Yeah, it is looking rough.
I mean, how are we supposed to
rough
know
joke there.
what how it looks? We interrupted its mummification.
I mean, I was expecting a butterfly to come out of that thing, so
This can't be what I think it is. It's
a little jewel-encrusted dead boy. Yes, it is.
okay, but like that's typically like a demi-lich, and this fight is going far, and it has a body, so it can't be a demi-lich. But like gems in the eyes and everything else, like that's like
Yeah.
Jimmy Lich's. Oh, I don't know. We'll figure it out afterwards.
Once we try to sell this head.
Where do you get there, rough?
First action, he will loose the bolts. That's a 29 to hit,
Yep.
and 2 1s on the die for 4 piercing.
Hell yeah.
Wicked.
Second action, he'll reload, and third action, he'll fire again. That's a 21 to hit with a -5.
No.
Okay. That's him.
Tulok, will act and will step in or stride into the hallway. And then south. And since Ruff is there, you know what? I'll step into the room. Why not? Let's have some fun.
Okay.
And then we'll telekinetic projectile bringing a stone down on this motherfucker for a 24 to hit.
That's a miss.
And that's his turn.
Okay. He waltzed into the room, got in Ruff's crossbow way, and then missed.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it. And this thing just flailing in Lump's arm grip. It's just like, how dare you? I will have evolved. I will have grown to such power. And is going to...
Yeah,
Shit.
got it.
I can't do anything, can I? It's going to try and... I guess it's going to try and escape your grip to start. 22. Natural 3.
That's a fail.
And then is going to try to cast a spell on Lump in the meantime.
Can you get a reactive strike there, buddy?
Yeah, roll my. Go ahead.
25.
Meat to beat.
Hey.
You just
13
skewering
piercing.
this thing, and I'll roll my flat check. 17.
All right.
And Lump, roll me a fortitude save, please.
All right. Mid as hell. That's a 25.
25, but it is incapacitation, which means you go up a step, which means you succeed.
All right.
And that means you are blinded until your next turn. You cast blind. on
Okay.
you.
I'm in my slop. I don't care right now.
I don't-
I'm in position. I have a
I
thing
don't-
grabbed. Like
You know what? I don't even like you.
For the listeners at home, Lump has like 9 conditions circling their token right now.
Oh yeah.
You've got haste, immobilized, your emblazoned armament, light, entangling roots, shield, and blind.
Yep.
Amazing.
I'm in my slop.
And one more, not a care in the world.
Is that a once a day thing or?
The motion sense. Like I don't need my eyes. Whatever.
I
A 37 on the first strike.
Yeah,
from
that's
the-
a crit.
Yeah, I thought so. 30 more, piercing.
Oh my God, and I'm clumsy one again.
This thing has a lot of health. Been poking the shit out of this thing.
You're the only one.
Oh
though.
shoot! I think the 25 earlier. Oh no, that was the fortitude. No, the 25 to hit earlier from you wouldn't have worked because I accidentally still had clumsy on. But you know what? I don't care because this thing's almost dead. Keep going.
Yeah, okay. Second strike for an advantageous assault.
What does that do again?
26. Advantageous assault. It adds a circumstance bonus equal to damage die plus 2, I think.
Okay,
Or
so you just have a
Yep.
higher chance.
So
to hit
plus
after
no, it's
hitting?
plus
Yeah.
4 damage.
Oh, plus 4 damage. Okay, cool.
Okay, 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
23 piercing.
Describe your kill.
Ah.
It actually had 5 hit points, but I don't care.
Gotten really used to this poking thing, and he just didn't think it was gonna die. So by the time he finally did, it just like stuck into it, and he didn't even like. I think we're done here.
I just love
good
the image
job,
of you
team.
like going underneath Lump's legs and then armpits and like just like jabbing in.
Oh my God, there's a mouth over here. What?
And you this thing just pinned the slab, flailing, trying to cast spells and trying to get up, and you just skewer it to death, to destruction, and eventually the roots and vines kind of fade away, and you're left with this strange undead creature with its face encrusted with gems.
Tulok steps forward. I wonder what it was doing.
I have no idea, but I mean that was really easy. Do we want to just push to the next door?
Yeah, just lay it on.
Let it ride.
Lay it on thick there, Cam.
Until I'm punished. Yeah, no, I think we do
Sorry.
take a break here to heal up and stuff.
Ruff would like to do a religion check on the significance of the gems in the ritual.
And I'd like to aid with a 20
Okay.
or attempt.
You have no idea.
And Nick, wanting to fit in a little bit, is gonna normally search the walls for secret doors.
Okay. Searching around. Lump's getting little treat wounds in, I see. No secret doors. No more information on what this creature is or the ritual. Bit of healing action. And if, should you want to pry the gems out of this creature's face, you would find 24 semi-precious stones worth a total of 192 silver. You would also find 2 clear topaz, one in each eye, worth 100 gold between them both, 50 each. And you would find several bits of quartz embedded in its mouth, 9 in fact, that are worth a total of 27 gold. I'll put them
Dang.
all into Duffy.
All right.
How long are we kicking around?
So Lump gathers y'all around and is still blind while trying to do a medicine check and accidentally stabs Tulok and Ruff for 2 points of damage as I crit fail a medicine save or a medicine check.
Nice.
Oh wait, okay, my eyesight's coming back now. Give me just a moment, and does it correctly, healing for 22.
Ruff doesn't need it. If we stick around for 20 minutes, he'll just go back to full. He's
Okay.
only down 16.
Perfect.
But the comedy stabbing.
So he actually needs that full 20 minutes because of the 2 points of damage. Okay, so we kick around for 20 minutes. Ruff does a religion check, which he fails miserably. Everybody pries the gems out of these things. I want to say undead corpse, but it was like that when we found it. So dead undead corpse, I guess, is probably more accurate.
Yeah, re-dead.
Okay. I would like to use a feat called Consult the Spirits. So, I'm going to choose Occultism.
Are you going to talk to this thing's ghost?
It allows me to contact lingering spirits, psychic echoes of the departed dead, and spirits from beyond reality who tell me things about strange auras, effects, and the presence of unnatural occult beings. Can I use that to try to determine what's going on here?
What this allows you to consult, like, kind of reminiscent or lingering essences with occultism, and you're trying to discover what exactly?
What is going on with this ritual?
Okay. Yeah, roll me the old occultism, or you actually are welcome to do spirit lore, all jokes aside, for this if it works for you.
I'm gonna go Occultism. I've got an extra 5 on that. Oof. I'm gonna use a hero point on that because I rolled a natural 3. Not much better, so it's a 26.
Is this aidable?
Sure.
Can I roll lore Nimbleoth on it? Or does it have to be occultism? I'm okay.
It's gonna be a call. Yeah, it's gonna be occultism, or I'll allow religion as well if you want to do that.
I got a 34 occult to aid.
Oh, okay, nice, amazing. So we can call that a 28 for a crit success, probably.
So the DC is determined by the GM, usually a very high DC for the level of the highest level creature you might encounter in the area. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, basically, I think you get this, like, only a teeniest bit of a sort of lingering information from the spirits kind of attached to this room, or the essences of them. And the words of this creature saying it was going to evolve, and you've interrupted the ritual. It would seem that it's beyond the mummification ritual. This creature has already gone through the mummification ritual. It was trying to do something more. And Cam was actually quite right in predicting that it was going for a demi-lich direction. But what you get from that as well is that it was in over its head, as it were. It was trying to achieve something that was nigh impossible, but was convinced it could do it.
So, Tulok, kind of in a state of meditation almost, because this does take 10 minutes. So, as Tulok is standing there, eyes go white, and then kind of his pupil comes back into focus and he turns and says, "This creature was trying to evolve to a state potentially like a lich. But we interrupted that, and I don't think it had the power to do it anyway, but it's terrifying that these creatures that I thought maybe weren't even sentient are attempting to move beyond their current power. We should be aware of something even stronger than this going forward."
Yeah, like one thing's for sure is you don't understand what the ritual was exactly. You don't know what this you know it's lich-esque, but you barely know what that is. Like it's so far beyond your own level, even. That's the vibe you get. You're like, it's well beyond me. It is certainly well beyond this creature. This is just for fun. This is a picture of a demi-lich, by the way.
Oh, that's dope as fuck.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. I want to meet
And
one.
I think I'll go ahead in the spirit of generosity. I think I'll give Cam a hero point for calling that.
Oh, thank you.
It's like Pride Ghost Rider a little bit.
That's good. Everyone listening, go look up Demi-Lich 2E artwork.
Oh, God.
That's great.
Well, we should move forward anyways. We never know when Belcora is going to come back. I'm deeply troubled by the fact that she is here, now. I did not think we would see her, if at all, until floors and floors below here, but she's toying with us.
I think... And Lump will stop and actually, like, think before just turning.
Furrows their lip.
Do you... Their lips nodding or knitting together. No. I think that this is going to be a problem, something that is going to happen more and more as we get closer. She is afraid of us. If she wasn't, she would not bother coming to interrupt us. But she knows that we're on her trail, and she knows we're going to hunt her down.
Let's continue then.
And Lump will look back and forth between Ruff and Nikaj before reaching over to touch the little Shuni on the shoulder and cast Heroism.
Ruff is going to take the avoid notice action this time around and check this door for traps, as well as, I guess, use a detect magic.
Okay. You detect magic. Roll me a perception. There's no magic.
17.
You detect no traps.
There's only ever 2 traps.
He will quietly, as he can, open the door.
You open the door, and it just leads out to the cavern, where you had slew one of the undead creatures in the cage, not far from where you had gotten the treasure from the jewels. You've just looped around.
There is the door next to the pier. We could try going that way.
Yeah, that was the one that Ruff used that crazy tattoo on his fingers to read as, I think it just said, "Do not enter." Danger, do not open.
I thought that was to the northwest, over like here. I'm talking about over here
yeah.
to the
you're talking
southeast.
The one that we already went in.
Over by the Pier of the Jewels. Oh, yeah, okay. You already went down that way, and you looped to the west, and that's where you fought the Wisps, but there was another door farther south.
Do we want to say we don't know how to read and go in through the danger room? I bet there's something tasty on the other side.
I'm just trying to find the exact words, because it may be a clue-ish.
It was danger, do not open. And it was written in Gnomish.
Danger, do not open. Danger rhymes with ranger.
And stranger.
Oh!
Oh, stranger danger.
Stranger danger.
Okay.
Clearly it's a lich.
That's double. That's double danger.
Nobody said there would be strangers down here.
How does the font look? Is it like frantic? Is it clear? Did somebody take their time?
It looks like it's done pretty quickly, but not like, oh my god, I'm in a panic. It's like just slapped on, very quickly in Gnomish script. I mean, like, just don't go in here.
If I know anything about those deep gnomes, it's an underground rave.
We should consider the origin of the notes. It is.
What's maybe
gnomish.
worth knowing is that it's not a door, actually. It's more like a barricade. It's like shit stacked up.
Yeah, I mean, Ruff doesn't want to go in there.
Let's continue.
The language that we most encountered here is Aklo, so the fact that it's written in Gnomish tells me it's probably from its original denizens, which means it's an actual warning.
Maybe the homie Glash put it there.
True dat. True dat.
We also can investigate this light from the northeast.
Retroactively letting you know a little bit, since I did eventually give you information on these basic bog mummies. These ones are kind of variants of a bog mummy, and these are deep gnomes.
Oh.
These children of Belcora.
Oh,
See, I thought that the children would be too young to be gambling.
They aren't actually children. Yeah. They are just called the children of Belcora.
Otherwise, that Belcora would be a pretty bad mom.
so are we going?
Yeah, you tell me.
I don't know. I was asking, are we going down that hallway where we lost Krugga, or are we going up this 10-foot gap to the stream up to our northeast?
Lump is following Tulok.
As much as I don't want to go in the water, something draws me to the northeast where I see that light. We should head there.
And Lump will take off running down the pier before leaping across the water.
Okay. So you have a 10-foot climb up
Mm-hmm.
to that area. Just so you know. There's like a small stream coming down. But yeah, there's like a little 10-foot kind of raised kind of cliff, I guess. Not really cliff so much as, yeah.
I was gonna do something very gross, but never
You're all just running straight down there like you just walked over a bridge. What are you doing? It's a 10-foot climb up from the water. Everybody calm down.
Lump is going to cast inside ropes at the pier,
Oh, God.
latching it onto one of the pillars coming out of the water. Somebody that knows those words, maybe. And then is going to leap across and try to grab onto the stone and then climb up to provide the rope up to their friends.
Okay. 10 feet vertical plus 10 feet or 15.
I'm just trying to land
horizontal.
across on there, and then I will climb up.
Okay.
So it looks like it's
I
a
see what you're saying,
15-foot leap. So unless or 20-foot
I think
leap.
you can leap across fine, yeah, but you're gonna have to roll me an athletics to like get yourself latched on to the edge there.
31.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Okay.
It's a bit slippery, but you're used to that. You're a bit slippery.
I am a bit.
At the end of the day.
So
Want to roll me another one of those to just climb up?
Sure. That's a 26.
Yeah, I think that'll be okay.
All right.
So you're climbing up to the edge of this with your inside ropes attached to the pier.
And then I'm going to find a stalagmite and wrap my inside ropes around it, just like walking around it a couple times to tether it in place.
Damn it.
It's so fucked up.
It's like an itchy and scratchy
So
cartoon.
messed up.
All right. It should be good to come up now.
So Tulok grimaces while looking at this.
And then cast fly. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I ain't
What's the
touching that.
DC check on this? Because I might fly.
5.
It's going to be pretty low, actually. You're kind of scaling across a rope, as it were, but which is not for, I would imagine any of us would actually struggle doing it. But it's going to be reduced DC anyway because of the rope.
Okay.
And you get a +1 bonus for climbing on my guts.
Tulok will,
Nice.
while grimacing, checking the slickness of this inside rope, will attempt the athletics check to cross. Or can I...
Okay.
What is it called? Flatline? Slackline. Can I slackline it and just
Flatline.
use acrobatics to try to
wanna
walk across?
Oh, you want to slackline it and you could do a balance check instead.
Is
That's
that
the
an
thing.
acrobatics check?
Ooh.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
That was exactly my plan.
23.
Good call. Yeah, I think 23 would be fine. That gets you. Hold on, it's difficult terrain, and every 5 feet costs 10 feet of movement. So I think you're all right. I think you make your way across.
So Tulok puts on his 5-panel hat, lights up a spliff, and walks across the slack line.
Flatline. What's a 5 what hat? What the hell was that?
It's some hipster outdoorsy shit. Don't worry about it.
You'd know it to see it.
5-panel hat?
Yeah, it's a ball cap with a flat
Yeah.
front instead of a rounded front.
Yeah.
Tulok is across.
Okay.
Nick would like to do the same and do it a little bit flashier with a 29.
Okay. Yeah.
Classic Nick.
Ruff, you want to give it a
Ooh.
go?
Yeah, he was waiting for Nick to go so we can follow the expert.
I am an expert.
That's a 26 with the +3 from Nick, and +1 from Lumps said ropes to 27.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
I thought I could just bamf over there with dimensional assault, but it specifically has to be an assault.
Yeah, you have to target something. Yeah. All right, so
I hate
you make your
rocks.
way over to this this sort of cavern. You could see this eerie glow coming from the north, where it narrows quite a bit, but then you can see it opens up again. To your south, though, now that you get a better view, like you are next to this sort of big, sort of rock or like mound, but to the south you can see rough-hewn stairs that lead downward and towards another door, and down along these stairs there's 3 sets of stairs that lead down with little landings between, and each landing has alcoves on each side. Where you're standing now, you've kind of walked through and over, like you're basically in a really smelly cavern. You actually, once you've got to the edge of this cliff here, there was like a pile of carrion kind of just sitting there, piled up, that you had to like walk through or over or around, and you could see the stream flowing into the water of the lake here that's coming from the north. And to that south, the stairs, let me see if there's any other little bits I should give you here. Yeah, there's dotted with nooks along there, and within each one are stone basins filled with muddy water.
Much like the ones we saw in the room
Very much like.
to the south. Oof.
Lump will do a quick look around to see if there's anything of note besides the carrion piled up before looking south and doing the shrug at the rest of the party, like, huh?
Ruff will take the avoid notice action.
Let's head to the north.
You're going to head to the north? In fact,
That's south was what I wanted, but if we're going north, we can go north.
Oh,
Tulok, you feel a pull to the north. You alone. You feel this whisper in the back of your skull. It seems directional. It seems to come from the north. It seems to come from the glow up there.
Lump, wait. I told you something is pulling me to the north. I feel it. We must go this way. I don't know if this is danger or something to help us, but I feel I must go. And Tulok, avoiding notice, will lead to the north.
We are in the lion's den, Sage Tulok. Compulsions should be considered.
Come, but be careful.
Ruff frowns. He does not like this, and he does not think we should be following a compulsion. at the far
Yeah.
of the abomination bolts.
A gut feeling. I'm feeling drawn over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
It'll be fine. Worst case scenario, I trip them, and then our kobold friend here just stabs them a bunch.
It has only ever worked.
Lump nods enthusiastically before pressing into the room. Whee!
You walk into the room, and there is this sort of oppressive vibe to the whole room. Tulok, you hear these faint whispers louder and louder and louder as you walk through this narrow passage into the greater cavern. And you hear them the most, but everyone does start to hear them. These, they're very aberrant, very mysterious, very distant. And you can feel them as you take your time. It feels more oppressive, more like it's pushing down on you if you stand still.
Lump doesn't like that. Keeps pushing.
Yeah, farther ahead to the north, you can see these glowing mushrooms are what are creating this glow. And you continue to push to the north and push to the north. And Lump, as you push to the north and round the corner, you see this creature standing still over these mushrooms, holding some sort of red glass object.
Chill.
It's like if a monkey had Shai Halud's head.
Yeah. It's like if Goro, was mixed with the worm from Dune.
This is, in fact, a creature you've already seen, which was...
This is a Gug
cage
from
in-
episode 87.
Oh yeah.
These are very clever, very intelligent underground creatures.
and very dangerous.
We saw one of these in the room with the Witchfire Warden.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were... I can't remember exactly how the Order of Operations worked on it, but you were under the impression that the creature you had seen before the collapse of the room with the magma and the summoning circle was just off to the east of that room, and the creature's name was perhaps Aller, and wasn't imprisoned but waiting for an audience with Eurevian. And you were the door. Even the sign on the door there was like, do not enter this, like, unless you want to lose a limb, kind of thing. And so you're seeing this creature now. That's the exact same type of creature as that. As you're pushing forward, you basically see that there are 4 streams that flow through this chamber from the sort of northeastern side of this part of the cave. And the streams divide in the chamber into islands, each covered with lichen and mildew and mushrooms. And there's bioluminescent fungi and strange motes of light that bathe the entire place in an eerie illumination, playing off the water to form odd shapes on the cavern's walls, like humanoid apparitions gliding through the air. And water flowing along all the sides and the islands echoes off the walls in weird ways, like harsh whispers. And you can all hear this whisper that overlaps with different words. And it says things like, Harufix is risen. There is nothing you can do. The sound is hypnotizing and strangely calm. And as you are given pause, Ruff, roll me a perception check. You're at the far rear.
18.
You are kind of, I assume, with your wariness, watching your allies as opposed, a little bit more than your surroundings, looking for some sort of compulsion as you suspected, right?
I was actually going to roll a nature check because he was enthralled by the mushrooms and stuff, and that's why he didn't enter the neck of this cavern, because he wanted to get a better handle on the flora before going in. But we just stomped in, because the last time we as a party encountered mushrooms, it went real bad.
Yeah. Well, you're not, like, the mushrooms are far ahead of you right now. The glow from them is reaching you, but they're quite far ahead. But what you notice with that perception check is that Tulok has stopped in his tracks and gone slack. And his mind his back is to you, I think. But his mind appears to have maybe gone blank. What do you do? He's like standing like weirdly stone still, like arms dangling at the sides, not in a prepared posture.
Yeah, his first instinct is to draw his longsword. Because this isn't, Tulok doesn't give up the hunt. This is not,
Yeah.
Especially seeing him kind of like
Yeah.
limp. I
Okay.
imagine shoulders kind of slumped forward. His hackles are already up, literally. So I think he's probably just going to draw and
Okay.
kind of stay where he is to the best of his ability, because this isn't good.
Lump and Nikaj, you hear this from behind you of this drawing of a longsword. What do you do?
Lump just kind of, their vision blurs as they let the motion sense take over, and they feel Tulok going still, and they keep their eye focused on the Gug, but you can see them kind of tense up as the motion of Tulok feels off. The vibe is off, and they're just sitting there staring down this Gug, waiting to see who blinks first.
Nikaj?
He'd look over his shoulder to see what was going on behind them. Probably take a look at Tulok.
Yeah, you immediately see Ruff in the background with the sword drawn and Tulok like slack-faced, like both eyes gone white, which usually happens when he casts a spell, and he seems like in a trance, like head kind of tilted back a little bit, like he's staring up at something that isn't there. Scott, take the wheel.
Waking in darkness, Tulok opens his eyes and casts light upon his Aeon Stone. Adjusting to the bright light, he takes in the room. He sees stonework, but he already knows that he's in the abomination vaults from the smell, dank and putrid. Almost immediately, though, Tulok realizes he is alone in this room. Jumping from his bedroll, he moves to the door, attempting to reach out with his mind, sensing for the essence of magic. Feeling nothing, he opens a door. Light filters past the door and illuminates a 10-foot hallway with a door at the other end of it. Hearing nothing, Tulok silently closes the door behind him and moves to the next. Opening it, another 10-foot hallway is illuminated. Becoming more panicked, Tulok reaches forward and opens the next door, revealing another 10-foot hallway. And then another. Confused, Tulok turns back. 10-foot hallway. Then another. And another. And then another still. Tulok's breathing and steps quicken. No longer worried about the noise, he sprints from one door to the next, ripping it open. Try as he might, Tulok can't find his way back to the room where he left his bedroll. All he finds are identical hallways. He begins to feel dizzy and claustrophobic. He throws open a door for what feels like the 1,000th time and is stopped in his tracks. Before him is the personal quarters of Belcora. He quickly searches for a sign of the Void Glutton before the stone archway shimmers with the formation of a portal. And from it, Belcora's ghost floats through. Beautiful and horrifying all at the same time, her eerie, translucent figure wears a slightly tattered but resplendent gown. As Tulok enters, he is frozen in place, eyes locked with those of Belcora Horovex. A shiver runs down his spine. He feels as if a dagger of ice has pierced his heart. Tulok raises his arms, tries to call upon the magic within him, but no movement, and no magic comes. There they stand in utter silence, hatred poured from both of their eyes, but no words are spoken, until Belcora breaks both the silence and Tulok's gaze. Her head snaps back, inhumanly, as she lets out a piercing cackle so loud it shakes Tulok to the core. Then leveling her gaze upon Tulok once more, her face now replaced with the image of a glowing, four-pointed star, she speaks.
Sorcerer, I have felt your presence in these vaults. To think that I haven't noticed your impudent actions in my domain.
is hubris beyond belief. I have felt the souls of your friends and allies pass through this pace and onto the river of souls. They are weak and pointless in their death, as in life.
Rage builds within Tulok. His teeth grind and he tries to call out to Belcora. Plagued with the memories of his fallen companions, guilt builds in the pit of his stomach until he feels like he is about to be sick.
But you, while also weak and pointless, you are different.
She snarls, pointing a long, thin finger in his direction.
Your blood is muddied, filthy and impure, but I can smell its history. You have no idea who you are, do you? You have no idea about your family's lineage. The seventh son of the seventh son in a line of bastards. A Delarice.
She raises a 7-fingered hand, twisting something invisible between the needle-pointed digits.
And you will receive the same as your friends. An empty death.
Unable to speak, Tulok listens, confused by her words. How does she know him? His head begins to ache and then pound. Whispers in his mind turn into screams. His vision closes in around him as everything fades to black, and the only thing Tulok can hear over the screaming is the endless cackling of Belcora. Eyes snapping open, Tulok realizes the screams are his own, and it is his friends looking over him, horrified.
And that's what we're going to call it.
Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.